Hi, good morning to you. It is the 11th of August. This is the Thursday edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. And we have a little bit of a change in the weather pattern underway here across the region. More on that in a moment. First of all, let's start with a look from the Beach Mountain Parkway cam here a little after 5 o'clock this morning. That's from our friends there at resortcams.com. Socked in with fog up there in the Beach Mountain area with a temperature of 65 and a humidity at 97%. Around the region yesterday, a lot of humidity. In many spots, though, temperatures held down a bit due to clouds and fairly extensive showers and thunderstorms. A lot of heat in the plains. And now we have a bit of a ridge nosing back in from the Atlantic. And we'll see rising temperatures in terms of the temperature trend for highs across the Carolinas over the next couple of days. I'll show you that in just a second, too. Here's a look at your numbers from yesterday. 92 the high in Raleigh, 94 in Fayetteville, 89 down in Columbia, 87 the high in Charlotte and Greensboro. It was 87 for high temperature in Winston-Salem and Lexington, 90 in Burlington, 88 in Reidsville. Down to the Charlotte viewing area, generally same basic idea there, mid to upper 80s to some low 90s here and there. The Rockingham temperature sensor, by the way, offline. Now, as we take a look at things in terms of temperatures this morning, it's in the 70s in many spots, 82 still in Myrtle Beach and Cape Hatteras, 68 in Boone, and absolutely really very muggy conditions still in place. A lot of us up into the mid 70s as the very, very muggy, high humidity type of summer rolls along. All right, yesterday we did see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. In fact, a pretty good coverage of showers and storms began to fire as early as late morning and then continue through the afternoon and into the evening hours. Everything again yesterday moving southeast to northwest across the region. I'll highlight where there's some heavier rain totals. There's a look across the region. Montgomery County, parts of Richmond County too for that matter, had some bullseyes of over 1 inch of rain. Around Kernersville, eastern parts of Forsyth County, right around there, over 1 inch of rain too. And there were some spotty rain totals that were higher here and there across the region too. I'll scan down here to the Charlotte viewing area, and again, kind of hit or miss stuff. The heaviest rain totals over in Richmond County. Here's the radar imagery this morning. It's pretty quiet in a lot of spots. A few scattered showers down into South Carolina, and you continue to have that upslope flow causing some showers in the escarpment and up into the mountains there in western North Carolina. But that is west of the Charlotte and the Triad viewing areas. Down in the Louisiana Gulf Coast region, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida Panhandle region 2, you have continued areas of showers and storms as this very, very wet pattern continues along the Gulf Coast. These are 4-day rain totals. I'll highlight a few of the reports. You have 14 inches of rain in some spots there around the Big Bend region of Florida over the past several days. Panama City's had about a foot of rain as we've gone through this week. Over 9 inches of rain in some areas south of New Orleans. As the wet pattern continues. And more rain to come. Again, we're talking additional rains. This is the European model. Upwards of 3, 4, 5, maybe upwards of 8 and 10 inches of rain in some spots in southeastern Louisiana and coastal Mississippi and Alabama. All right, today there's that low pressure moving a little bit further to the west. And due to it moving further west, the corridor of widespread showers and storms moving a little bit westward too. And temperatures getting a little hotter. Here's your high temperatures across the region this afternoon. Now here's the high resolution modeling. I still think about a lot of the western half of South Carolina and areas west of Interstate 77 in the Charlotte metro have a pretty good opportunity to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms today, but the chances diminish as you go east. And with the higher humidity, or I should say higher temperatures with the high humidity, we're looking at heat index values getting well up into the 90s, maybe even over 100 in some of the sandhill regions this afternoon. Tomorrow, again, only isolated showers or thunderstorms as that low pressure in the deep south pulls further away. Heat continues to build just a bit. There's your Friday highs as we get on out into Saturday. Again, isolated showers and thunderstorms out there. Saturday's highs continue to creep up. There's Saturday's numbers, and Sunday even a little bit hotter across the region in many spots. Tropics remain very quiet. No issues anywhere across the Atlantic Basin here as we start off this Thursday morning. Now, let me show you what's happening, and I'll show you some thoughts for down the road as well. Here's the 500 millibar chart. There's your disturbance over the lower Mississippi Valley today. As you get out into Saturday, it's still there. Trough building off to the north, though. That slowly dives our way. There's your cold front getting driven eastward on Tuesday. And then finally, we see this trough buckle in later in the week. Height fields, here's the European model. Ridge building overhead today and through the weekend. Notice that ridge still with us even on Monday. But then, here we go. Trough begins to dig in a little bit, and then by the time we get to next Saturday, this is the Saturday the 20th, this is what it looks like on the height field, and then look at these 850 millibar temperatures, a definite dip for sure in the eastern part of the country. So maybe a little bit of a breath of some fresher air possible by about 8 or 9 days from now. And this may be a little tough to see here due to the scaling, but this is the European model height fields late next week, ridging on the west coast, and GFS and Canadian as well to some extent have that same basic pattern in place. All right, so what does that look like at the surface? Today, only a few isolated showers and storms. Same deal tomorrow. This is the GFS. Same deal for Sunday. Oops, stand by. There we go. This is Sunday on the GFS. Only a few thunderstorms. Same deal for Monday. But the better chances as that cold front begins to approach Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. And I mentioned the rain totals one more time. Here's the hand-drawn chart, still showing over 8 and 9 inches of rain still in the lower Mississippi Valley, the mouth of the Mississippi River area. All right, that's it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.